யாவும் ஈர்க்கும் பக்தர் வேண்டும் வரம் கூடும் நேரம்.
Nithyanandam. Now, let us enter into the next episode of exploring into Vedic traditions. Today, I have a very interesting topic for all of you. You might have heard the word Kundalini often mentioned when you hear spiritual discourses. Kundalini is a word that is referred to very often in ancient Vedic literature works. Kundalini is the mention of an important, powerful energy inside every human body. And the word Kundalini is a Sanskrit word which means a coiled snake. A coiled snake seems to be dormant, almost dead to appearance. But when it is triggered or affected, immediately it rises up with a powerful venom which can penetrate any surface. This we all know at the physical level. Vedic literature also mentions that the human body is not just the outer appearance we see. There is a psychic body, a physiological subtle body also, and that subtle body is controlled by the nervous system. This Kundalini, according to ancient works, is said to be present at the base of the spine. It is seated in the lowest chakra. This Kundalini energy is dormant and seated at the base of the spine, and when awakened, it gives a deep knowledge of the human being about himself, his purpose of taking this life, and his connection to the cosmos. That, incidentally, is termed as enlightenment. The Kundalini awakening helps the seeker who is interested in knowing experience the ultimate conscious state. Now, how do we progress to understand and to relate and to awaken this Kundalini? Many among the human beings have no knowledge whatsoever that they have such a powerful energy within them. Only very few who feel that there is nothing in this world that can fulfill them start turning inward, and they realize fulfillment cannot be obtained by the outer world they see. It is somewhere hidden within, deep inside them. With the help of a guru, a master who has been through the process of going towards enlightenment, or at the highest level a being who is enlightened, can become the basic guide for a seeker to raise his Kundalini. A master's guidance is necessary for the proper awakening of Kundalini. The Yoga Sutra is a work written by an ancient enlightened master named Patanjali. He had written a treatise named as Yoga Sutra, wherein he explains the way in which the Kundalini can be awakened in a gradual manner. Basically, many of you all over the world will have some knowledge of yoga, because many of you may be doing the bodily exercises of yoga. But yoga actually means uniting yourself, your inner self, with the cosmic conscious state. That is the meaning of yoga. This yoga is a science which explains the gradual awakening of the Kundalini. Kundalini, when it is awakened gradually, will be a permanent feature in that seeker's body-mind complex. And for that gradual awakening, body has to be prepared. For example, many of us have energy to work the whole day, probably from morning 6 o'clock up to night 10 or at times beyond that. We have energy to work. But beyond that, we feel tired. There are many who are stressed out in their work and they feel more tired. The tiredness is because those people do not know to tap the energy that is inside them. Once we start preparing the body, even minimum of physical exercises gives us a boost of energy. We find, yes, it is helping me. Body exercise is helping me to run my life more easily with less disturbances in the form of cough, cold, fever, or any of the bodily ailments. This is the first level benefit of simple yoga. But yoga is not meant just for physical exercises. Along with body preparation, you also have to prepare your mind, because Kundalini awakening is like awakening a tornado inside you. A volcanic eruption of energy will happen. That is how the ancient works describe it. The system has to be prepared to hold the energy. Now, for this preparation of the mind, it is necessary to get rid of fear, greed, desire, and all other such basic emotions that stop you from understanding in the right manner. So, for this, we need to read through or listen to the discourses of enlightened beings. That is absolutely necessary for preparing the mind. So, bodily and mental preparation are necessary step. So, when the first step is fulfilled, then if you have the fortune of being around an enlightened master, he can, with his grace, remove all the hurdles inside you, and your intensity and the grace of the master can definitely bring about the transformation of raising the Kundalini. Now, Kundalini, I told you it is situated at the base of the spine. Now, the entire Kundalini energy, as described in the ancient works, rises up through the central nadi. We have a technical word, nadi, in Sanskrit. It means the three basic spinal columns, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Ida and Pingala are to the left and right, and Pingala is a central nadi. One of the nadis, Ida, raises you to a higher state of thinking, and Pingala pulls you to a lower state of understanding. It is Sushumna, the central nadi, through which this Kundalini Shakti, or the energy, potential energy that is in the form of a coiled serpent, starts rising up. Once you have the intensity of preparing your body and your mind, and with the help of an enlightened being, this starts rising up. Now, while it is traveling, the body system, body-mind system, I told you, is not just the physical body. It's the physiological inner subtle body is also there. That, incidentally, the ancient works describe. These are the experiences of rishis described in the ancient works. They describe that we have 7 major points or junction points of the nadis or the spinal threads. They are termed as chakras technically. Each of these chakras are energy fuel points. The Kundalini energy starts rising from the lowest chakra to the topmost. The lowest chakra is termed as Mooladhara. Mooladhara is base, root spine. From there up to the top of the head, this portion is called Sahasrara. There are 7 chakras. These 7 chakras have the power to give energy to a maximum level, and when they are open, they are portrayed in ancient texts as a lotus that is fully blossomed when they are opened. When they are open, they act like valves which allow the Kundalini energy to rise to the next level. So these chakras have obstructions in them. The obstructions are due to the various emotions. various emotions like desire, lust, anger, worry, expectations, and need attention, and ego, and discontentment are some of the basic negative emotions that block the chakra from functioning well. So the master, with his grace, at the first level, he removes these obstacles. He cleanses the chakras through his touch, through his diksha. And by the cleansing, slowly, with the preparation of the body and mind in full intensity, that is very necessary. The seeker has to be totally intense and committed. For that, he needs to have an ambience also. That is why enlightened masters ask the seeker to be around them, so that the intensity is nurtured to the full and the seeker can benefit by the ambience and rise to his enlightenment state or raising of the Kundalini at a fast track. If you read through the stories of enlightened masters, you will see their experiences of how the Kundalini rising brought in a boost of energy. And finally, when the enlightenment arrives on them, it is almost like a volcanic eruption that has happened inside them. The entire body and mind turns and becomes new. This is the experience given by many a master. So, for learning more about this Kundalini and the preparation, we would request you to go through to the YouTube and listen to the discourses of Swamiji. You can also read literature about the Kundalini, which is a powerful energy inside each one of us. Let us prepare our body and mind so that as enlightened beings, we are a boon to this earth. We are a boon to everyone around us, and we too can radiate and share our enlightenment, thus making the world a more excited, beautiful place to live in. Nithyananda.